going to be an interesting session. So, State of DEGA. Yes, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Rabbit. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you, Freak. How about yourself? Long time no see.
Semana Santa, so it's a bit of family gatherings and things like that and work. So it's kind of like juggling with both of them at the same time. But yeah, it's fun though.
That pretty much sums it up, I think, for everybody at Tega.
Yeah. So how's your Semana Santa been so far?
That was basically what you just said, right? Like juggling a little bit of a fun time with the family, with work. So, but can't complain. It's been great on both sides. You know, at Tega we have made enormous strides, I would say, the last few weeks on many fronts, and looking forward to the next exciting weeks ahead of us as we set ourselves into the road towards TGE. And at the personal level, also, it's been a great summer here in Costa Rica and enjoying the time with my kids and my wife. So great.
What about you, Conejo?
Well, I have one boy that I took to school this morning, and the other one is sick in bed. So I don't know what our holiday weekend is going to be like, but I'll keep you posted on that. Very excited for what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, and hope to get a great update from Carlos today.
Perfect. So just so you know, before that, I hope your kid gets better soon. And just to let everyone know, for you in Discord, you can ask questions in the chat, and we will answer them at the end. Comment. We're live streaming the comment section. So right now we're streaming the event and we're streaming the chats in general and in the comment section. So everything for those in YouTube, everything that's going on Discord, you're gonna be watching it in this live stream. So we don't want you to miss a thing. We prefer and we want you to come to our Discord and live this thing and live through the event, be able to ask questions and interact and get to know the community. But if you're not there, we're still giving it to you. You can see below our image, you can see the general chat. And on the right side of the screen, sorry for that, on the right side of the screen, you see the live chat of the event. Okay, so guys, we're going live with everything. So it's a new setup we got, but it's really cool. So invite your people, the ones that are not in Discord, take them to the YouTube. For the ones that you know use Discord, bring them over here. Let's share this shit. Let's bring people here because today is full of excitement and news, and we're gonna hear all about it from Rabbit and Carlos himself, the Metacan. So, guys, how has March been for Dega? Let's
It's been
start
wild.
here.
It's been wild. So I'm not gonna do the announcement conversation. Y'all can do that if you want. On my side, I'm gonna go directly to what's next. Right? Is that cool with y'all, or do you guys want to handle?
I would much rather just go. I would just rather go to what's next. I think that's what everyone's here for. We can do a sum up if you want, but for the most part, it's what are we doing right now, what's coming, and what's next. And I think is like what's the most important stuff to get to.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, happy to do so. So overall, like, I believe everybody here can probably, or is aware of, we're in the next cycle now, right? So there's two things that are very much important in the crypto space every time we have a change in cycle, right? And it's very important to not go into a bear market with a bull market mentality, and vice versa is also important. You shouldn't go into a bull market with a bear market mentality, right? They're very different animals. Like the cliche, right? Yin and yang. But it's true. They're just totally different animals. So ramping up into this, what we gotta focus on in Dega is growth, right? Everything's about generating awareness. There's going to be 1 million tokens coming out every week. Everybody's like fighting for attention. So it's kind of like a different ball game. right? And on that note, we've set ourselves to grow the team. There's been new hires at the developer level, the project management level, the marketing level, even not only internally but also working with external agencies. So we're ramping up for growth right now, right? And that's something that the community needs to be aware of, and we're gonna need you guys to support us on that as well, right? Like, obviously, we've prepped things so that those of you who have supported us early have received the greatest benefits, right? And you deserve them because you've been with us since the bear market, right? But now your mentality has to change from, hey, I'm keeping this, tightly guarded secret in DEGA to get as much DEGA as I can. You got to switch it to, how do I get 10 more people in? How do I get 100 more people in? How do I get 1,000 more people in? Right. And obviously, as the core team, we got to lead the way in that program. But as we've said many times, and we'll continue to say this, we couldn't be here without you, and we're going to need you going forward as well. Right. So that's one thing that I want to set as a basis, as a cornerstone for how we will be moving forward with DEGA as an ecosystem. Right. We got to knock it out of the park, guys. We got to fucking kill it. So your mentality has to change now to like get as many people on board on board on DEGA as you can, right? Rabbit, I know that that's a particular point that you've been pushing, for a few weeks or months now. So is there something else you'd like to add on top of that?
No, I've been, you're echoing the thing that I've been saying in the community for months now, is that we were going to make this pivot. It was going to happen. All the benediction timers and all the stuff that we built for the community to be able to help them accumulate DEGA. All those rewards are being shifted to growth programs at this time. And what does that mean? That means that we can't be so insular anymore. It means that we can't, just talk internally to our server anymore. It means that we got to be talking on the outside on all the great things that we're doing. The plan during the bear was to build something where people could land and have something to do, and we have that. And now we need to get the people in here to be able to start participating in all these great programs that we've been pushing forth.
Yep, that's exactly correct.
And
So yeah, that's.
Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
guys. Go
Freak?
ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say is it's actually really easy because everyone you talk about DEGA that hasn't heard about the project, that hasn't heard about what we're doing here, they'll go like, "Holy shit! How did it? Like, why didn't I know about this?" And they all end up coming in. It's just figure out how to expand your network, and for me, it's doing a favor, telling people this is the place you want to be. You don't want to miss on this. Great things are happening here. So it's a really easy message to convey, but I agree. From now on, is grow, grow, grow. Let the world know.
Exactly.
And
Like you say, Freak, share this shit.
yeah, no, for sure. And we at DEGA,
Sorry.
I'll just put that. No, I just got to let that echo off into the distance before I keep talking. Um, no, we at DEGA, we're walking a very fine line. It's like we are creating a project that has products that we have been releasing slowly over time. We have a sustainable ecosystem in our tokenomics and in the things that we're building. We are not a meme coin. How do you, and some of the things that we've been doing are trying to figure out, well, how do you do growth like we need it without resorting to meme coin like behavior? Because it's like the entire thing that we're building here is a long-term play on gaming, but at the same time everybody here needs to benefit from something while they're helping us grow. So if our programs are not doing that for you, we really hope that you give us feedback. I know some of you in the community are very vocal with your suggestions on things that we should do, but we want to hear from more of you. Just the same people saying the same stuff isn't going to get us to the ecosystem that we want. So please, if you have suggestions, please go into the suggestions channel and drop some suggestions there. We do listen. We've had some great ideas come through that we have actually implemented. So please, this is not just ours, meaning the DEGA teams. This is a community project. We need to hear from you, and we hope to.
Okay, so you said we're gonna jump straight into what's coming. So my question is and I think I represent everyone in this session, in this event, is what's coming? Should we put
Yeah,
some
I'll let Carlos.
dramatic music
I'll
before
let.
Carlos? Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, sure. Why not? If you
And
got it, Andy.
now we're gonna find out what's coming in April and beyond from the man himself, Carlos Metacan. I gotta do that. I had to do that. Carlos, whenever you're ready, I can pause the music.
Yeah, sure thing. No, sorry, I wasn't mute. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So one of the key things is in the coming weeks during April, right? I can't give you the exact date because things change, but during April we'll be releasing some of the first gameplay trailers of the first gameplay that we will be applying to DEGA Realms. DEGA Realms, as you all remember, is the Wix for gaming, the place where you show up and you don't know how to code, you don't know how to do REST APIs, you don't know how to scale a cloud system, but it doesn't matter because we handle that complexity for you. So you can design, build, and monetize games at low cost in just a few minutes. So to do this, DEGA Realm is going to be based on two, let's say, key pillars. One is, actually it's three pillars. It's really three. One is pre-built components, right? Obviously, we'll have assets and modules and systems ready to go. That's one of the pillars. The other one is generative AI, so you can just request AI to have that created for you. And then the third one is third-party content, right? Created by the community itself. And as y'all can see right now, we've already had a map builder. So we're gonna start applying a roguelike gameplay to the maps, right? And we're going to have a few characters to demo and showcase that. And that's going to be done in April, right? The type of gameplay, it's going to be very similar to how Vampire Survivors work. Why? Because it's a type of game that can run on mobile. It can run on every mobile phone. Like, I mean, not every, just like if it's $100 or more, then it'll be able to run it. And it's built on JavaScript technology, so it doesn't require you to be beholden to the app stores. You can just download it from a URL. You can share it very easily, and we'll start showcasing a little bit of that. On top of that, we're already in conversations with several partners who will have their own version of this game created by DEGA using the DEGA SDK, DEGA mechanics, DEGA infrastructure, everything, right? Alejo actually made a really cool intro. We hope to be able to close that particular artist. If not, then just the same, their team is so excited to work with us that they'll make introductions to other people. But there's at least two brands already confirmed that will be building with this roguelike gameplay on top of the DECA infrastructure. And for you guys that are making maps, you'll be able to see your maps actually being used in gameplay, right? So that's kind of like the first key update there.
I thought Conejo was gonna speak.
Are we gonna invite the moose to get loose on our channel here?
Is he here?
I just saw
He's
that the
requesting to
moose
speak.
requested
Yeah.
to speak.
Oh, yeah, let's invite him. Yeah, let's invite him up. Yo, Moose.
If nobody, if you don't know who the moose is, the moose is a dude who has been supporting us pretty much from day one with his content, and it's very high quality content. So if you don't know Crypto Moose, give him a follow, give him a couple of watches, like his channel. He has some very high quality content. So welcome, Moose. to the
What up,
stage.
everybody?
Did you have something that you wanted to state about our gameplay?
No, I just noticed the chat and I wanted to get loose.
Oh, okay. Well, let's keep going, and if you have any color commentary, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna listen in, but you guys are doing great, so it's great to see.
Make sure you
Okay.
you share your YouTube channel in the chat so people can go connect and see what you've been creating for DEGA. Last video, I loved it. Pretty clear,
Yeah, that
easy
was
explainer. Yeah.
that kind of stuff is needed by the community. You know, when a community member steps up and does a very simple how-to video like that, for all of you who are minting your PMPs right now. I won't go into what a PMP is because it really is OG content. But if you are minting your PMPs right now, that video is a godsend for people who want to know how to do it.
Yeah, you actually jumped in front of us. We were preparing that video, and when we saw yours, it's like, oh, that's the best.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's the best level content we needed. So let's just get people to
yeah.
the moose.
So that type of thing is much appreciated by me, by Freak, by Carlos. So thank you very much for putting that together, Moose. Okay, so let's continue on with what's next.
Sure. No questions regarding the gameplay?
Oh yeah, you guys. I'm just gonna I'm gonna just say that what I have seen of the gameplay so far, there are certain aspects like you know if you listened to us before and you've gotten my background, I'm an AI guy. You know, I've been doing AI since before AI was even the AI that you guys are even familiar with. And when you can create two AI characters that are actually having a unsupervised conversation with one another and they're learning from one another about things, I mean, that's just next level shit. And that's the kind of stuff that we're going to be able to demo in our demonstrations. Probably not the Vampire Survivors one, as Carlos was talking about, but we have other demos that we've been doing with other partners that we've been talking to, where we've got like full on like AI talking to one another online, and it's just amazing to me to see it come so far so fast.
Imagine
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Imagine that happening in the Bunny Town map.
Yeah, just imagine walking into a tavern, and instead of the guy having like, you know, instead of the guy you're talking to, the NPC you're talking to, like just having this kind of like script that he reads, you can like ask him things about the lore and he'll have a conversation and learn from you about things going on in the game community and everything like that. It's just, it really does just blow the top off of any kind of, you know, game interaction that you'll have in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that type of that's a social sim gameplay. And actually, I think we should actually call it social automation gameplay because it's not even a simulation. It's like real, in the
Yeah,
sense
no, it's
that
not. No.
we're giving them access to real API, so it's real world data, real world access to blockchain tech and other stuff. So yeah, that's a whole new game genre actually.
It is. I mean,
Social automation.
it's you know, when somebody's on stage and they like start talking to the audience and stuff like that, it's called breaking the fourth wall. And what this AI technology does by granting it these APIs that actually have real world impact, it's like they're breaking the fourth wall of gaming. You're actually having like real world interaction with a sim bot.
Yeah, that's actually a damn good point. Shit, you're getting me excited, man. I want to drop everything
Yeah,
else and
that's the thing.
just
Me
go back to
too.
the social
It's like
because we have
I'm writing.
so many things on our plate. Like I want to drop that shit and just like focus on the automation
Dude,
AI.
no, seriously, me
Who
too. I mean,
wants to
that's
be
the thing
Mega
is, it's like,
CEO? Who wants to be DEGA? Somebody take over the CEO position so I can start
Well,
doing coding and engineering and all the cool shit.
no, you're stuck in the role, brother. You're stuck there. But I mean,
we,
it's
we need you.
that's the thing is like we've been implementing for so long, and we've been doing this type of work for so long, Carlos, you and I and Freak, that it's like we will see, we'll be able to let other people take take the wheel on this, but we'll be able to see like, well, this is where you'd be able to, make sure that the bot doesn't actually start screaming at you and yelling at you or swearing at you, like that kind of, keeping the bot like kind of like within its rails of the actual ecosystem that it's dwelling in. That's actually, that takes a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom in technology to be able to do that. In both you and I, and now, you'll hear me say this, and I'll say it on the air right now. Freak is probably one of the most talented prompt engineers that I have come across in this short kind of like growth of generative AI, and I deal with a lot of them. The stuff that Freak can do with AI, it's like the AI is his little buddy. It's like those two just create the most amazing things together. And it's not just the AI doing it. I mean, it's Freak having a conversation with an AI to create the videos that you see here, to create all the imagery that you see here in DEGA. It's just not a set it and forget it. It's Freak actually collaborating with an AI to create this stuff. And it's amazing to watch, and it's just incredible to participate in it with Freak.
And that's
Mhm.
why I'm so
Yeah.
excited about what we're building in DEGA, because it's the same thing. It's kind of like making yourself or becoming exponential on your creative side. So everything you dreamt before, everything you had in your head, everything you were like dreaming and envisioning in your life can now happen, and can now happen in an instant. And you can see it in action without spending millions of fucking dollars, without hiring hundreds of thousands of people to do it as I had to do before. So right now it's kind of like immediate results, immediate output. And that's why like I'm so excited for this, because as you know, my dream from the beginning of my career was to be a game creator. I wanted to create games, and I'm going to see it happen.
Well, I'm going to put two and two
Mm.
together here for everybody. There's a reason why WordPress is called WordPress. WordPress is one of the first. WordPress is one of the first democratization technologies to hit the web for blogs. And they called it WordPress because the printing press was another one of those. And it's like when tools like the printing press and WordPress actually make it out there and they're usable and they're understandable from a product perspective, they change the fucking world. And that's what we're building. We're building another printing press, but we're building a printing press for games. Now anyone can have a printing press in the form of DEGA to create their game and tell their story the way that they want to tell their story.
Mhm. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's the vision, right? And to empower
That
people
is.
in emerging markets, and it's about building and monetizing, right? That's why Web3 is also key, because we don't have the great we don't have as good as a financial infrastructure as the most advanced economies in the world. So it's important for blockchain to be integrated into gaming, so that somebody in Nicaragua can instantly get paid if their creative work merits so, right? So that's in case anybody's asking like why DEGA is Web3 gaming, that's why, right? It's not only about the building, but also making it sustainable for the creator. All right. Well, then we talked about gameplay. There's one gameplay that will be released in April. I'm gonna, I just got hyped up, so I might try to make the social sim also work by May. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. No promises on social sim, but I'll do my best. Um, Okay, then we also have the elements collection. So we'll actually be publishing an entire article that will go in depth into all the multi-dimensional things that you can do with elements. But just to list a few here, because some people are already asking questions like, once we reduce the DEGA allocation. What are elements good for other than that, right? And you can think about elements as the equivalent in the DEGA ecosystem of the Xbox Game Pass, right? It's the pass that gives you access to all our services, right? And not only if you're a builder, then it's access to the creation, right? The tools, right? And there's a free tier, obviously, but there are some components that require more expenses, right? If you're using AI or you're running GPUs, that has a higher cost, so you'll need some of the elements for that. Now, for all of you that are kind of like more on the crypto side of things and are just a little bit more keen on the on the degening side of things, we will be doing partner airdrops for element holders, right? And there's already 2 airdrops confirmed. We'll be publishing that. I don't know if in April, maybe early May, but we'll be make sure to publish that as well. So there's already 2 other gaming companies, gaming projects that are coming to Web3 that will be doing airdrops for the DEGA element holders, right? And in case you're curious how that'll work, the priorities will be based on the blessing, right, or the power attribute that the elements have. So those who are supernova will get a bigger amount. Then the next up is the ones who are force, and so on until we reach the lowest level, which is just a spark, right? We did it that way because we want to make sure that it's not something that's just like completely tied to the monetary value of the element, right? Because it's indirectly, there's a correlation there, but it's not directly tied to that, right? Because you can have, a silver force, right? And then that'll put you up there right on next side somebody that might have had an obsidian spark, right? So note that. So again, in short, 2 airdrops confirmed, many more coming your way through the games and other partners that will be launching on the DEGA ecosystem.
There
Okay.
are
Anything?
there are peppered through, and I apologize for this. Peppered through our white paper, articles that I've written are hints and some confirmations of what element utility is going to be. But we really do, and Carlos and I are working on it. We really do kind of like need the elements Bible. You know, we need to put it all in one place for you all. So
Yep.
that is something that we are working on, with all these airdrops and the TGE coming and everything like that. It's been hard to get to it, but I've got one big project that I'm working on right now for DEGA that is about to wrap up, and after that's done, that'll be my next major project that I work on, is bringing together with Carlos the kind of like the elements Bible.
Yep. Yep. So yeah. So and to be clear for everybody, like there's one mechanic that we've mentioned before. We haven't. It also needs its own Bible, which is VE DEGA, right? Which will be the staking
Ooh,
version of DEGA,
yeah.
right?
Oh
So when
yeah, one of
you
my favorite things.
Yeah, after we do TGE, you can lock and stake your DEGA, right, for APY in DEGA, but there will also be airdrop allocation to that, right? So there's 2 ways you'll be able to access the airdrops that our partners are going to be doing in the DEGA ecosystem. One of them will be the elements, and then the other one will be VE DEGA, right? So just to keep you all informed about how we'll proceed about that, but we'll need to do the Bible for both of those, the elements Bible and then the VE DEGA Bible, or the staking DEGA Bible. Cool. Anything else you'd like to add, Rabbit, to elements before I go to the other one?
No. Keep going, man.
Yeah. So there's another component that's worth mentioning, right? Like everything that we'll be doing actually, I think that most companies will be going this way, right? Which will be it's AI integrations, right? So obviously, one of the key components that a lot of people ask for is like how AI will be integrated in DEGA Realms. We will obviously release a full product specification about that It's kind of like DEGA needs to start releasing a lot of white papers going into details of each of the products that we're building, right? There's the AI coder, which will be part of the DEGA ecosystem. And in short, the way that that'll work is instead of, like most of the projects out there that are trying to make the AI literally do 100% of the work, and I'm sure it will be able to do that eventually, but right now where we are, it's still missing, a lot of pieces. And even if you could do it, it would be very expensive to have 100% of the work be done by the AI. So what we're doing at DEGA is essentially we're going to limit the AI to use our SDK and API, right? So by narrowing the problem space, we narrow the solution space. So now the AI is limited to it's. I would actually switch the word limited. I would actually say it's focused on solving the task at hand with the tools that we give it, right? So that's kind of like the way the data system will work in the sense that if somebody wants to do more customized things with DEGA Realms, it'll be done through a conversational interface with an AI system that'll be specialized and focused on using our SDK and API, right? So there's, again, a lot of components that will be pre-built, several gameplays that will be pre-built, several components that you can buy in a store, in a third-party store, and then the other pillar is the AI version, and that's how it'll come into place by working, right? Like it'll generate new code for you, but it'll be focused on using the DEGA SDK and API. Therefore, it'll get it done faster, cheaper, and more effectively in that sense.
Yeah, so what we're just a little behind the scenes view into what it takes to do something like what Carlos is talking about. We are pretty much building a best practice kind of like workflow of what it takes to be able to create a game. So it's like box one, you do this, box two, you do this, step by step by step by step. And then we're looking at that entire flow and we're saying, where can AI help and how do we focus it to be able to make it solve the problem at hand, to be able to make that box go faster for that step. So, that is that's kind of like a design principle that we want to build into this. And we're identifying those places, as Carlos said, where we're focusing the AI to be able to solve a problem at hand where you might need a traditional programmer, or you might need to know how to interact with an infrastructure or something like that. And we're letting the AI take care of that for you. I hope that made sense. I might be getting a little too geeky for everybody, but that's the
Yeah.
fun part of this.
Yeah. Well, once we start showcasing the actual designs, it'll be easier to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also an announcement. I hate to do this, but just for everybody to know, we hired two top-tier rock stars in the industry for our product side of things. We'll be announcing that in a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 at
Yeah.
most, I would say.
That's
But that's an
one.
announcement that's coming this month, and you'll once you see that, you'll see the caliber of people that DEGA is attracting, right?
Yeah.
These people you
Very,
couldn't.
very recognizable names.
Yeah, it's a level of professionals that you can't just say, how much you want and then join, right? It's people that work really on projects that they feel passionate about, and the DEGA's vision is very compelling. It's very powerful, so we're looking forward to working with them. And again, we just can't announce it right now, but we will in a few weeks, and we're looking forward to that this month as well. That's also part of what's next. Okay, so we've done gameplay, we've done elements, we've done AI coder, we've done new members. Yeah, probably another thing something that it's already happening right now. It's how DEGA is basically abstracting away the blockchain complexity, right? Like as you can see right now, most of you are use Cardano, but some people like to use Polygon. Some people have like to use BNB. And DEGA right now has been successfully integrating both realms and elements on like 7 different blockchains, right? And that's a testament of what's to come, in the sense that for us, technology is for people, not people for technology. So wherever you are, and wherever you want to build your game, we will be there to support you and make sure that you have the tools that you need to get the job done, right? So we've done integrations right now on Cardano's EUDXO system, on EVM systems, and what's coming up is the Cosmos ecosystem. So we're working there with the official, we're working directly with the official teams for Injective and Say, and we're in conversations with others there. But essentially, DEGA is coming to the Cosmos ecosystem as well, and will work seamlessly with the tools that they have available there. And on top of, this will apply for everything, right? Right now, it's just Realms, the map builder, and then Elements, but it'll continue like this as we continue to deploy the other modules, right? The character builder, the gameplay, the AI integrations, all of that. So stay tuned for that. And if you're, if you either have people that like Cosmos or you like it yourself, do know that those integrations are coming either late April or early May.
No comments.
All right.
I just think that's great.
I'm just gonna do the.
Well, I do not, in my career, traditionally, I'm what's known as a generalist. And it's like, if you can't be a generalist when you draw harsh boundaries between things. And, the crypto industry and the blockchain industry as a whole actually works much better together than they do apart. Um, I would rather have a melting pot than these stark lines that divide people. So, I'm happy to be working on a project and to be working with a bunch of people who share that vision of bringing people together instead of drawing boundaries between them. And I think we've been doing a great job at that so far.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for us, it's all about meeting people where they are, wherever they need help, we will be there for them.
What else we got going on, Carlos? Anything else that you wanna let people know about what's coming?
No, that would be it right now. We do have a question there. Coinfera is asking about the Polygon ISPO. I'm going to be straight with y'all. I don't see it coming anytime soon. It's not that we've given up on it. We still want to bring ISPOs to as many chains as we can. We've done that right now with 4 different type of platforms. But we kind of decided to go with MELD instead of Polygon. MELD's our partner. They've been great with us. Ken's an official advisor for us. And, we've gotten so much love out of the MELD community. Right now, we're already at about, give or take, $3 million worth of TVL from MELD ISPO. So that's huge support that we received there. And for now, I think that those 4 ISPOs are the ones that we're going to continue to support towards TGE. And, they do go over the TGE. And so there's there's an asynchronous and async benefit there for all the ISPO stakers. And we will probably go back to ISPOs on Polygon at some point later on, but for now it's to be determined, right? We don't know exactly when we'll do that. Let's see. I don't see any other particular questions right now. So on my side, that's about it.
Well, great. Freak, did you have any announcements that you wanted to make?
No, I want to do some invitations at the end, but once we finish, I'll do those, inviting people to our next lives and all of that. So
I think we're done, man. Go for it.
That's kind of like where we're at. I mean, Carlos and I are completely 100% focused on growth right now. So it's like all the things that we're doing, all the conversations that we're having right now are all around getting DEGA out there, talked about, and understood. We appreciate all of your support on that. And that's kind of like where we're at. So growth, growth, growth. get people to talk about us as much as you can. So if you yes, Freak, if you would like to take over and go ahead and do what you were going to do, I can stick around. And but I do have to say I have a hard stop at the top of the hour to be able to go take to take an important meeting with Carlos. So go right ahead, Freaky.
Perfecto. So thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Rabbit. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget that April 2 at I think we changed time, so I think it's I don't know what time Central is, 8 p.m. on Tuesday, April the 2nd. We will have our DEGA Live where we go over everything Carlos and the Rabbit said in this session, but we talk about it our way, and we have questions, and we just do it or try to understand it in a simpler way and discuss it and talk about what's exciting for us from there. Well, everything is exciting, so it'll be a very exciting show on Tuesday. So see you there. And also April 12th, where we have our Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday dynamic will be changing and will be adapting to all these new dynamics, elements, airdrops, Galaxy Quest, and all those things. So the idea is we do everything together as a community and have fun and chill and create and do a lot of things. So yeah, it will change a little bit, but it won't stop being as fun. Freaky Friday, of course, happens on a Friday, starts early, and we don't never end it. So it goes on for the whole day. So if you want to stick around, if you want to create some activities, if you want to do some special things during that day, let me know. We will incorporate those. And I do have a few surprises for the community. Everything has been asking for assets and stuff like that, and those are also coming in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, you will have really cool things to showcase and share and create content officially from DEGA, and those are really cool images and videos and stuff like that. So be ready because we're gonna drop it. You will need a level. You will need a certain level or to be part of the elite squad. So if you want to join the elite squad, talk to Froggy, fill out the form, and join the elite squad. Or you can level up, and the way to level up in the Discord is by interacting, helping others, making friends, getting to know people in the community. I really value that, and we all really value that. And bring everyone in here, invite your friends and family and everyone. So I'm ready to close. Should we play a song, Rabbit, to close the?
Well, I wanted to plug a couple of things. Number one, do the Galaxy Quests, everybody. I know it's a startup just like we are. So, getting those quests done, we're happy to help you as much as we can to help you get those quests done. They reward elements that you can only get through the quests, and those will have special utility. So you think that they're small, but when the Bible comes out, you're going to see how you have played your way to be able to get somebody who's supernova to find you to be very important in our ecosystem. So do those quests if you can. There's built-in growth mechanics in them. So, share them with people, share them on Twitter, put them places where people might see them so that people can participate. The other thing is the referral program. Don't forget to participate in the referral program. That one's huge. We're paying out $3,000 a week to the person who finishes at the top of our leaderboard. So participate in that. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna figure out how to do this thing because this could pretty much like be my full-time job, and I could, I could potentially like be making more than I'm making right now at my job if I just finish at the top of the leaderboard." I was like, "That's right," and we're offering that to everybody. So, take a closer look at the referral program, find out how it works. If you have questions about how to uh, get growth going, for yourself to be able to get yourself higher on the leaderboard, let me know. I'm always happy to chat about all those fun little strategic things. I've shared hints in the community so far on how to do that. But I invite you to participate in that program as well.
Okay, so Rabbit, according to that, we already given 2 weeks to the top of the leaderboard. So it's already someone took home $3,000, and the next week another $3,000, $6,000.
And this week someone just won. We're trying to figure out how to get that announcement into our current workflow. But that's an announcement that we want to do. We want to show people that people who participate with us are rewarded for participating with us.
I'm not even gonna tell you what $3,000 are in my country. It's money if you're in the U.S., but it's even bigger if you're in a different place than in the U.S. It's huge money.
I mean, it's a reward for talking to people and getting them to join the project. I mean, it's great. Oh, and the other thing too is people probably don't realize this, but say someone comes and gets an element on your referral, every single time someone gets an element, you'll be rewarded for that as well. So it's like once that person comes in under your referral code, they're tied to you in our ecosystem forever. So it's like you will always be benefiting from that person interacting inside of our ecosystem. So just keep that in mind as kind of like a double reward for you to be able to get involved in the referral program.
Look, in Colombia, the minimum wage is $300. So that's 40 times more money a month than what people usually make. Is $75 a week for in Colombia. So we're talking about $3,000. That
Yeah. No. Oh, and in coin, I see your question over there. These quests, we're going to be doing these partnership quests with a lot of people. With we have a large partnership program here with a lot of different projects. You're going to see quests continue, not just DEGA based ones, but ones that are based on our community as well, our community of partners.
Okay, so you heard it from the man himself, is the Rabbit, telling us about the referral program, one of the strongest tools for you to participate and play your way into DEGA. So go out there, get your referral code, start sharing, start talking to people, and you might be taking home $3,000. But not only that, 3 million DEGA is all given away every week. So it's kind of like, oh,
there's
yeah.
there's DEGA associated with that as well. I mean, that's as we reduced the great benediction on the elements, but the greater benediction on the referral program, that's where all those rewards went. It's like we want to pivot towards growth-based programs, so that's where all the DEGA is now, and that's where you win the big DEGA pot now, are in growth programs.
Yep. So
Sorry, freak.
Nah, don't worry. Start doing it. Start sharing it. Start talking to people, and you might be the lucky winner next week or the next one. It doesn't matter. And the three is not only 3,000. Second and third spot also make it there. And I've seen the leaderboard. There's pretty good people. There are people playing a good game, but the more people that get in, the harder it will get. So for you all out there, this is the right moment to do it. You have bigger opportunities today than the ones you will have in a month, because with everything DEGA is doing, you will have a lot of power players going for that leaderboard for sure. So you might want to play that. So I'm gonna leave you with a song. It's one of DEGA's new song. I hope we can do like a playlist soon. You might get it for DEGA songs, but thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for letting the world know about everything we're doing. Love you all. Take care and see you next week, April 2nd in
Thank you,
DEGA Live.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Take care, everybody.